Last week, we left off in the middle of our big move, where we had to pack up our sailboat's entire wood interior way before we could finish what we were doing. Now we're getting to our new location and we're gonna build the ultimate container workshop so we can finish this boat restoration project right. This is Luke, and I'm Lori, and we're learning a little lesson on resilience while building this 34-foot steel boat to live on. And if you want our next move to be into the water, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and ring that bell. It's a totally free way to keep the journey alive.
Okay, we got there this morning at 6, and now we're leaving at 9 o'clock. So it's about a 3-hour operation to pick up everything. Everything's going really good so far. Getting there soon.
Just because we arrived doesn't mean that the work is over. We still need to build our workshop, so we're gonna pick up some important things that Anderson is lending us in order to make it even better. Like the staircase that you might recognize from when we were here last time. Our boat stands about 1 story high. When it's on the cradle, that's about 4 meters tall, and it is very dangerous to be climbing in and out of the boat. So this staircase has been absolutely fundamental for our safety.
All right, now we're picking up these bars because this is going to be our roof. We're gonna put them across the container.
We ended up pulling 7 of these beams out of this pile here, and they're about 6 meters wide, which is roughly 20 feet. We're gonna lay them across the top of our structure and tack weld them on either side so they don't run the risk of falling over. In the end, that means our container workshop structure will be over 40 feet long, 36 feet wide, and 17 feet tall.
Because they're putting this belt around the middle, and then the metal bar is it's just really nerve-wracking to watch.
The guys were always super professional, but when they were lifting these beams, Luke and I were so nervous because they were just putting the little lasso in the middle. Everything went fine, but it was making my calves tingle just watching them. Have you ever had that kind of physical reaction where you're watching somebody do something a little crazy or even embarrassing? all the beams in place, it was finally time to put the boat inside the structure. Our cradle is pretty robust, but we still do not take pleasure in pushing this around. So when she was in place, we had a huge sigh of relief knowing that this is where she's gonna stay for the rest of the build. Remember the staircase we had when we first got here? Well, it is back and it is doing us well. And to complete it, because we had a little jump last time, we actually cut the other one we had at the other location for it to fit. And now we put up some scrap wood to make a little handrail, and now we have the ultimate entryway for our boat. It is lunchtime. It has been a long day. And we're gonna eat now. I'm exhausted. I think I'm gonna sleep so well tonight. But we're not done yet, so can't even think about that. First we eat though. We were hoping that this box would fit entirely in the container, but unfortunately they can't push it in without breaking something. So we're gonna have to take it apart. We're gonna take apart the shelves and rebuild them inside. The fragile boxes survived the journey, but just barely. And they were definitely not waterproof, so we were gonna have to remove absolutely everything inside of them so not to damage all of our furniture. Our new home. It is what time of night? It is 7:30 at night. We started at 5:30 this morning. I think we woke up at 5. And the boat is wrapped up. It's in the structure. We still have to fix up the roof and then move the tarp to the roof. It's been a long day. It's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. It does not go without being noticed that this is a very unnecessary part of boat building that we really wish we didn't have to move around like this. When we get back here on Monday, it is a new chapter. At least we hope. It's a new day and a new beginning. All right, at the new location, and right now we are wiring up our container. So we have this so lucky to have this container, because at first we thought we weren't gonna have one, and last minute they actually got this available. So this has a box out here, and we're gonna try to push a wire up through this little air vent here. So you can see Luke's trying to wire that up inside, because this container actually comes with lights. How awesome is that? We had quickly taken everything out of the wood crates and just thrown them inside this container as organized as possible. But our intention was always to create a workshop here in the front. We really want to utilize all of the materials that we have, the shelves inside of the wood boxes, maybe even the wood box itself, in order to cut down on waste and make sure that we're focusing all of our resources on the boat. Like I said, we got super lucky about these containers because we were actually told that there was nothing available for us prior to getting here. And one day before we came, this one became available and they generously offered it to us.
With them.
We have so much materials and so much wood furniture that there would be absolutely no place to put it, no protected place to work, especially considering if it's gonna rain. So having this container is the most ideal situation ever, and we're going to utilize every single inch of it. On the left here, we're actually building our workbench. Don't mind that red machine. That's not ours, that's Anderson. He's gonna take it away later on. But for now, we're kind of just building around it. In the middle of the container, we're putting up all of our shelving so we can have a space where all of our materials that we need on a regular basis are. Also, some larger pieces of furniture can be elevated off of the floor just in case there's any kind of leaks or anything. And very large pieces are going to be all the way in the back, so they'll just be stored there until we need them later on. Now that we have unpacked everything and built our ultimate workshop, we have already hit the ground running and started assembling things inside of the boat. We have a lot of other things to do before we get to putting together all of the furniture, which I want to show you. But first, I need your opinion on something. We want to talk a little bit about this roof area. Now follow me here. We have really quickly put our tarp up, just hanging a rope, one of our lines from our sailboat, down the middle. Now, we decided to do that because we really wanted to start working really fast, and right now at this moment, the outside of the boat isn't particularly important since we're working inside. However, at some point in time, we're gonna need to have a working area so we can do fairing compound painting, everything, you know the deal. We're gonna need to use the outside of the boat. And at that point in time, we really will need a solution. But if you have any ideas how we can work with this structure, we would love to hear about it. A couple conditions though. We want to try to spend as least as possible. I know that's everybody's wish in the world, but any kind of money that we put towards the structure takes away from the boat. That goes for time as well. Anytime we put up here, if we do something like super elaborate, building anything, that takes away from the boat. So if you have any ideas or suggestions that are workable but not over the top, utilizing all of this awesomeness that we have right now. A couple things to consider as well is there can be a decent amount of rain. The other week we had 5 days of rain straight and it was pretty heavy, and couple that with the wind as well. This is a little bit of a wind tunnel because the wind comes off of the river here, and so therefore it passes directly through here. That's why we've had a little bit of problems with this tarp flying up and all over the place. It could be, if we get something like a cyclone here as well, that we should probably remove the tarp altogether and wrap the boat. That's common practice with some of these places around here. But if you have any ideas, let us know, because we're gonna need to work on the outside eventually. Well, I can't wait to show you all of the things that we are doing on the inside. So join us next week and we're gonna show you our first project in our new old place now that we're back here. All right, see you soon.